Hello and welcome to Canotillo Combos, the official Canotillo podcast. We are here with our fearless leader,
Jerry.
Is this going to be an honor for Jerry Springer?
Jerry Springer, man. He started all that wild shows and Who's Your Daddy and
all that trash. Well, you know,
all that, right.
We won't turn this podcast into a Jerry Springer show. Not just yet.
Not yet.
We're not looking for hits that bad over here.
Can you imagine if our school board meetings were like Jerry Springer? Dang!
I think some would say that they already have been.
Sometimes when they talk, you wish you could just respond back because it's just so mean. Some of these allegations are just so mean, like. And they threaten one. They could threaten one's livelihood.
I think there's malice sometimes to the comments people make, and there's not even any ounce of truth or any ounce of desire to understand the complexity of operating a school district. A lot of people think people are scheming out here and trying to do harm when really it's, we're operating a high quality school district and mistakes are sometimes made. Of course, this is a multi-million-dollar operation and we're human. But for the most part, I would say our employees, our school board members, they all operate with the best of intentions and the best and goodwill in their heart. And wanting to do the best for our kids, and I don't think everyone understands that.
Well, again, I'd rather you go at me, I really would, than our teachers and our staff. And,
definitely.
But again, it's just sad that it's kind of like reminds me of social media.
Yeah.
These people go back and they write this speech or this script, right? They write it and they're let me say this and let me make this allegation and let me say that, and they pull it out of where, and I wish I could say it on the air, and it's just and then they read it and they got to do it in 3 minutes and then they're done and then they go on, and it's like social media. There's no one filtering or policing what they're saying. But I don't know.
And that's the liberty that we have in this country. We enjoy that liberty, right? And more power to them. But we will continue to run this district, and we'll continue to run it in the way that has made it, the envy of school districts in the region.
But that liberty comes at a price. Because when you start making allegations about, one's, parents or being afraid or me, right?
Right.
Well, I have a family too. And
let's point out that you are a community member. You live in the community.
Yeah.
Your kids went to school here. They graduated from this school. So it's not. You have ties to this community.
I have deep ties to this community, and so when you make these allegations that people are listening to, this is my open forum.
Yeah.
This is my open forum, and I wish everyone health and happiness, But if you're not, don't, unless you have true details and facts, because that can be disparaging, and you can also get arrested for that. When you're making claims, because now you're dealing with my livelihood.
Yeah.
You're so again, I wish everyone health and happiness. I love this community. I love Canotillo, and But what do we got? Jerry Springer. Maybe that's why Jerry Springer. I wanted to be like Jerry. What? You talking about me?
No. Let's keep it more Oprah.
Oprah.
Let's keep it a little bit classier.
What was the other crazy thing? Vouchers.
Well, and we wanted to talk about that. Vouchers are obviously top of mind and part of the conversation in Texas right now because of the legislature wanting to pass legislation that would make it a reality in Texas. Our school board on Tuesday approved a resolution, 6-1 vote, to oppose vouchers. It's a resolution that obviously has some message to our lawmakers. that our school districts are not in favor, public school districts are not in favor of a system that's going to deplete our resources.
And that's crazy. I mean, I just don't understand. If you're an elected official, you're a trustee for a school district, but yet you vote against, or you're for a bill that will take money away from our kids. I just don't understand that. To me, it's just, I believe in choice. Yes. I think one of our trustees said that. Yeah, if you want to go to Catholic school, then go. But you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, and that's truly choice means that you're afforded that capacity to take your kid to a private school if you want to, right, or a charter school, and there is choice. There is choice. We there's even choice in public education. You can take your kids to a school district nearby if they have open enrollment, and most school districts around here do. So the choice is there. What is unfair is that we have to pay for the private education of individuals, and that's just nothing. That's something we've not done as a community. Our taxes should go to public entities that provide free and public services to students and to the community.
For all kids.
For all kids.
I mean, that's the country I served. I served in the military, and education, a right to free and public education. Yeah, it doesn't say right to free and private education.
Well, and there's this notion that I'm paying, I want my money to go to the services that I use, right? If I go to private school, I want my tax money to go there.
Property taxes.
Yeah, sure, property taxes.
That's what we're talking about.
Well, but any taxes. But
sales tax.
Listen, I pay property taxes for them to build a highway, a Texas highway in Texarkana, Texas. I'm never going to use that highway. Why should I pay for that? Why should I pay for that highway? That's the mentality,
same
right?
Same concept. You shouldn't.
I shouldn't, but I do. And that's the way it is. I pay for roads. I pay for a firehouse in the far east of El Paso. I don't live in far east El Paso. Why should I pay for that firehouse?
But not only that, it also depends on what type of house you have, right? A $300,000 house versus $180,000 house.
That's how much you pay in taxes. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's. I mean, I feel as a member of this community, as a member of any community, any city, that is the contract you have. If you're going to be living in a municipality, in a state, and you're going to benefit from the services they provide, be it police, fire, streets, parks, schools, you need to pay for it. I know taxes are maybe considered high by some. There's this false notion that we have the highest taxes in the world. We don't. The United States does not have the highest taxes in the world. But that's a false narrative that is shared oftentimes. But we do have taxes, and people, no one likes to pay taxes. But you know what? I gladly do, because at the end of the day, I want to be part of this community. I want to make sure that if I pick up the phone and call 911, that a cop will show up, that the fire will show up, that my schools are operating, that streets are available, that parks are open. All these things, they cost money. Well, and that's the contract we have as members of this.
But also the notion that it's going to make public schools competitive. I mean, that's because we don't play by the same rules.
No.
We really don't. When a private school, if they don't want to abide by the rules, for sake our Catholic schools, Loretto and Cathedral, don't go.
Yeah. And frankly, I think if the legislation is going to be that vouchers are a reality and all these private schools are going to start taking these public funds, then force them to take the STAR, force them to do EOCs. See if they want to take your kid then, because I guarantee you they won't.
Force them to have special ed kids. Special ed
and alternative education and all these programs that are not just costly, because they're very expensive, but they're also very intricate. They're also require highly trained individuals to be part of that. There's a reason why private schools don't offer artistic education or special education or or alternative education, because they're costly. They're hard, those positions are hard to fill.
Plus the laws and guidelines that you have to
Yeah.
follow. It's not, and when you don't have to follow that, you don't have
Yeah.
to follow certain boundaries or laws or that we have to do as public schools.
Yeah.
Then,
Well,
then it's not fair.
It's not. It really is not. I mean, there's all this talk about school option and school choice. And that's good and well.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, the rules are not the same for a private school, and they shouldn't be. Private school is a private for a reason. And we respect private schools. We work with them a lot of times. The rules are not the same for charter schools, and they shouldn't be. Whatever it is. The reality is that public school districts don't have a choice. We will educate each and every single kid that wants to come to our schools, whether they are prepared or not, whether they have discipline problems or not, whether they speak English or not, whether they can read or write or not. We don't have an option.
Well,
We don't have an option.
That's the country I serve.
Right.
All kids, all citizens,
Right.
not just some.
So when it comes to that, Doc, my point of this one is that's the option that a private school has, right? Or even a charter school. They're like, no, we won't want that kid, and then they can boast about their college acceptance rates and
That's what charter schools do.
They can boast about all that, but we can't say we have 100% acceptance rate. But why? Because we have to take every kid, and we gladly do it. We gladly educate every single kid because that's our mission and that's our vision. But we can't boast about 100% enrollment in college. Why? Because we know the reality is that we are dealing with kids that have severe challenges, and that's our lot in life, and that's what we're gonna do. So that's school option that we have. That's what we're doing here.
Like you said, it's not a level playing field.
It's not.
If you're gonna open it up, and let me be competitive. Let me. I mean, there's so many ideas. Right now, if we want to be innovative, I have to fill out a form, get it okayed by TA commissioner, who still believes in 76,500 minutes a day, like the 4 or 5 day week schedule.
Mm-hmm.
There's no research that supports either or. It all depends on the quality of that teacher, the quality of the principal, and so, why not do 1 day? Why not do 2 days?
Well, and really, again, when we're talking about competitiveness and we're talking about choice and we're talking about innovation, I think we do a good job within the rules that we're bound by, and things like vouchers that only fleece our opportunity are going to make it even harder. They're only going to make it tougher because when you are depleting the already strapped for cash systems that we have, our public education funding is not optimal, and when you're creating avenues to even make it harder for us to adequately educate our kids, I mean,
adequately educate, but also to build. When we want to build new campuses, we want to build. Charter schools don't have to do what we have to go through, and or private schools, and so hey, we have our own Jerry Springer show going on here.
Yeah, we're I'm telling you, it's more. I'm gonna be classy and say it's more like Crossfire and CNN.
Crossfire.
but it's it really is. I think we're passionate about public education. We're passionate about providing opportunities for students. I think there's room for private education in El Paso and in our state. I don't think there's any doubt that opportunity should be afforded to families. I just don't think that it should come at the cost of the taxpayer.
or the expense of public schools.
Yeah.
That but anyways, I mean you think of some of these bills that are going on right now and from our Uvalde, really you want to arm teachers?
Yeah,
I know you had some reporter.
Yeah, I had a question. We got a question asked from a reporter about whether or not we agree with that thing, and my only answer to that is, we've hired teachers and tasked them to educate our kids. We didn't hire them to get trained to carry a gun and do that.
Protect our schools.
We talk about overtaxing our teachers. We ask so much of them already, and now we want to ask them to carry a gun and have that extra pressure of carrying a gun inside a classroom.
That's why that's what we learned from Uvalde.
Yeah.
All those commissions, all those reports, all the investigators, and you came out with teachers should carry guns.
Yeah.
It's going to make the world better. It's going to make this. No.
I mean, and honestly, and I'm coming at this not as an opponent of Second Amendment. I fully agree that people should have the right to carry if they want to carry, if they do it lawfully and they do it with proper training. That's all well and good. But we ask so much of teachers already. We ask so much of them. You want to put this on them now? Now you want to do you want to put more, and it's not little. This is not a small request. This is a huge responsibility. You want to do that?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a proponent of guns. I don't own guns.
Neither do I. But
I don't believe in guns. If you want to hunt. You want to kill Bambi. But again, I also respect the right of everybody to
lawfully carry.
Yeah, lawfully, not big guns, not AR-15s.
Well, and I agree with you.
I mean, you should have open carry.
Assault weapons are one thing. I think we can have that discussion.
Or that's my belief.
Right, but
however, I respect everybody's home. That's your home, and what you do at home. But once you start bringing that to school, and it's like, hey, why not let kids 16, if they can drive, let them carry? I shouldn't even say that. There's probably some lawmaker. Hey, why not?
Yeah, I mean, we need to really, fortunately, we're starting to get desensitized to these shooting incidents that in public spaces. They happen so often, and even when they hit close to home, they're starting to be the norm, and that's a concern I have, that they're going to become par for the course here, and we're not going to do anything to really solve this problem. We had several school shootings, obviously, in Texas. One that targeted little ones in Nashville at a private school, and nothing seems to really move that needle. Nothing seems to really be done about it, and one has to wonder if anything ever will.
Well, and that's why you have hope, right? That's why we have hope. That's why we have I know what the word I want to say the word pray, right?
Yeah.
You want to believe that humanity is good, that we are good, that we are loving individuals with a caring heart. And so you just have to keep pushing, because the world that, again, going into our schools, you want our kids to believe in this country. You want them to believe in our democratic principles and values and what our forefathers have stood for. And so you have to keep believing in good. And so I know it gets frustrating and we lose patience, but we'll get there. We just one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, one child at a time. Yeah, you say it. Every child, every classroom.
Yeah.
And we have to set that example. And Gandhi was very, an eye for an eye would make the world go blind.
Yeah.
So you just have to
well,
always.
And to kind of end on a positive note.
Oh, Viva Canotillo.
Viva Canotillo. Yeah, we're really happy with that sort of slogan. I think we're gonna carry it on, and it really encompasses what the level of pride and level of diversity that we have in this community.
Also, commitment.
And the commitment.
The commitment that we have as district, as what we work in our district, is that commitment to Canotillo of keep growing, growing and moving forward. And for the sake of for the next generation to come. And again, and I like the differing opinions, because that's what also made this country great. Mm-hmm. We had different perspectives. And is there, how do you bring those entities into the room to create a better idea? Even when it comes to vouchers, even when it comes to, of these topics that are really, are like you said, they're not only in Texas, they're hitting across the country.
Yeah, and I think meaningful, respectful, and true conversation and discussion is always welcome. I think we're all open to it. In any topic really, like we're open to that discussion.
Yeah, and the pure intentionality of making the world a better place.
And the intention of trying to learn, right? Yeah. We're all trying to we all have our opinions, and I think we need to respect that. But hopefully people are coming to the table with an intention of learning and an intention of being open-minded.
Every day is a new day. It's a new day to forgive, a new day to love, a new day to be. And then we have Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets.
Well, I don't talk about that.
Come on, that's big news.
It's all right.
That's big news.
What, you're happy about that? I
am happy. Yeah.
It's time to move on.
Every beginning has an end.
And
you want him happy. He did 18 years in Green Bay and only went to one Super Bowl. But it's time to, hey, let's go. Jordan Love, gotta love the love.
And we will talk to you next week.
Don't forget May 10th, Mexican Mother's Day, and then May 14th.
Celebrate your moms.
Celebrate your moms, the ones who gave you birth, the one who's changed your diapers, and
the ones who set you straight.
Made you menudo and pozole in the morning.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Take care. All right, y'all be good.